Hey everyone, it's Mr. Stern. Sorry I'm not at school today. Please be on your very best behavior for the substitute. Show him or her what wonderful students you all are. So, this assignment can be found on Google Classroom under classwork. It's a Google Slides presentation that you're going to be typing right into. And this assignment goes along with the Stamp Act. We were talking about that yesterday and the day before on Monday. So this I can statement says I can analyze various primary sources that relate to the Stamp Act. Remember, with the Stamp Act, that was passed by the British Parliament, and the reason that they passed that was to get money. They needed revenue because they were deep in debt because of the French and Indian War, and they were also having to take care of the troops, get them sent over to the colonies to defend the colonies against the Native Americans. So they're gonna need to get money. They're going in debt. So this is going to be very frustrating to the colonists because they're going to have a stamp on all these legal and commercial documents, contracts, wills, playing cards, newspapers. All these things are going to have this special stamp showing that a tax had been paid. They don't like this because, yeah, it's going to cost them money, and they have to pay with those scarce colonial coins. Remember those silver coins we talked about? They're also going to not like this because they didn't have a say in it. They had no representation in Parliament where they passed this act. They don't like it at all. So what you're going to do is, and what I would do is when I would go through this, if I were you, I would go into present mode so you can read it better. There are four primary sources. This first one is the Stamp Act written by British Parliament in 1765. And you're going to use this document to answer these questions that follow it. There's going to be in most of these a little section where I've defined some terms that might be a little confusing to you. The terms here are revenue, that's income or money, levied, which means imposed on, and dominion, which means control. So there's that first one, the questions. The second one is from the Maryland Gazette. That's a newspaper written by anonymous. That means we don't know who it is. It was written on Thursday, October 10th, 1765. And down here you have another glossary, Doomsday, the end of the world, November 1st, 1765. That's the date the Stamp Act went into effect. And dismal means unhappy. Many of you were probably dismal yesterday when you found out you didn't have a snow day. There are the questions that go with it. This next one is George Grenville's speech in the House of Commons, which was Parliament. He gives this speech in January 14, 1766. He was the Prime Minister of Britain when the Stamp Act was passed in 1765. So he's kind of like the president over there in Great Britain. So if you look down here, we have the glossary. Sovereign means greatest authority, and legislative in this context means legal. There are your questions that relate to George Grenville's speech. And then the last one, this is a cool one. This is an interview between the British government and Benjamin Franklin. The British government says, the headline is, "Do not tax the colonies." In 1766, the British government asked Benjamin Franklin to explain the colonists' views on the Stamp Act to a committee. So the questions are being asked of Ben Franklin, and he's answering them. So when it says Q, that means question. A means answer. This is what the answer is what Benjamin Franklin said. These are the questions that follow related to that one. Okay. When you're done, you're going to turn this in on Google Classroom. I think that covers it. If you have any questions, email me. I'll be checking my email throughout the day. I'll talk to you guys later.